Do you ever feel stuck, like you're living the same day on repeat? It's as if you're moving through life on autopilot, watching the days blur together, each one almost indistinguishable from the last. You wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, and go to bed. The cycle continues day after day, and before you know it, weeks and months have slipped by. On the outside, everything looks okay. You smile, you do what's expected, and you keep up appearances. You have a job, a place to live, maybe a family. You check all the boxes that are supposed to mean you're doing well. If someone asks how you are, you say, "I'm fine." But are you really? Sometimes, fine is just a shield, a way to avoid digging deeper into how you truly feel. Fine is often just a word we use to cover up a life that's comfortable but unfulfilling. It's a safe answer, but it hides the longing for something more meaningful. Deep down, there's a quiet voice whispering that you were made for more. It's a gentle nudge, a reminder that life doesn't have to feel so monotonous. That feeling of being stuck is the gap between the life you have and the life you want. It's the space where dreams and reality don't quite meet. You see others making changes and feel a spark, but the routine takes over and change feels overwhelming. It's easier to stay where you are, even if it's not where you want to be. Tolerating this gap becomes a habit, and soon you forget what it feels like to want more. The desire for something different fades into the background, replaced by the comfort of routine. This isn't about being ungrateful. You can appreciate what you have and still feel a longing for something greater. You can be thankful and still want a life that excites you. Gratitude and ambition can exist side by side. The real problem is believing you can't have more, convincing yourself this is as good as it gets. That belief keeps you stuck, settling for less than you deserve. That nagging feeling isn't there to make you feel bad, it's there to wake you up. It's a sign that you're ready for change, even if it feels scary. The moment you decide that fine isn't enough is the moment your world can start to change. It's the first step toward a life that feels truly alive, not just comfortable. When you hear average, don't think about society's standards. Think about your own. Your personal average is the invisible ceiling you've built for yourself, the habits, beliefs, and routines you accept as normal. Maybe it's exercising once a week, or doing just enough at work to get by. This is your comfort zone, not about being the best or worst, but about the limits you've unconsciously set. The danger? Your average feels comfortable and safe, so your brain works hard to keep you there. It invents excuses. You're too tired, you'll fail, it's not the right time. These aren't facts. They're just your brain's way of keeping you in your comfort zone. But here's the good news. You built this ceiling so you can break it. Recognizing your average as a personal construction is empowering. It's not a life sentence, it's a mindset you can change. Anything learned can be unlearned. The first step is to see the ceiling, to become aware of the boundaries you've drawn. Only then can you start to break through. Why do we stay stuck when we know we're capable of more? One word, fear. It's a powerful force, quietly shaping our choices and holding us back from the life we truly want. Even when we sense our own potential, fear whispers that it's safer to stay put, to avoid the unknown. We cling to mediocrity because it feels safe and predictable. The routines and habits we know become a shield, protecting us from uncertainty but also from growth. Your comfort zone is known territory, no surprises, no risks. It's a place where you rarely feel challenged, but you also rarely feel truly alive. Imagine living in a small clearing your whole life, knowing there's a beautiful beach beyond a dark forest. The clearing is familiar, but the beach calls to you with the promise of something more. But to get there, you have to face the unknown. You have to step into the shadows, not knowing what you'll find, trusting that the journey is worth it. Most people stay in the clearing, choosing safety over potential. They watch others venture out, but convince themselves it's better not to risk it. This fear shows up as fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, or even fear of success and what it might demand of us. There's also the fear of what others think, fear of standing out, and the anxiety of being judged or misunderstood. So we stay small, dim our light, and fit in. We trade our dreams for acceptance, and our potential for comfort. But the safety of your comfort zone is an illusion. It feels secure, but it quietly limits you, keeping you from discovering what you're truly capable of. Staying put doesn't protect you from pain, it guarantees regret. The ache of missed opportunities grows louder with time. The pain of trying and failing is temporary. The pain of never trying lasts a lifetime. Every stumble is a lesson, but regret lingers. The real risk isn't stepping into the unknown, it's looking back and realizing you never left the clearing, that you let fear decide your story. You have to choose the short-term pain of growth or the long-term pain of regret. Which will you pick? The choice is yours, and it's one you make every day. If you feel stuck, you've probably tried to get unstuck before. Read books, made resolutions, listened to advice. The problem isn't knowledge, it's activation. Internal resistance keeps you glued to your comfort zone. It's that automatic hesitation before doing something hard or uncomfortable. Your feelings will always vote for what's easy and safe. This resistance is fueled by habits: procrastinating, hitting snooze, scrolling your phone. Every time you give in, you strengthen the habit of staying stuck. Breaking free isn't about a magic bullet, it's about building new, empowering habits. How? Stop waiting to feel like it. Motivation doesn't show up, you create it through action. Parent yourself. Do what's good for you, even if you don't feel like it. Take small, simple, physical action to override resistance. Don't think, don't hesitate, just move. Let's talk about the voice in your head. Is it your cheerleader or your biggest critic? Most of us have an inner voice that's relentlessly negative. Your self-talk shapes your reality and beliefs. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, your brain will find evidence to prove it. This internal conversation sets the limits of what you believe is possible. Think of your mind as a garden. Your thoughts are seeds. Plant doubt and fear, you get weeds. Plant encouragement, you get growth. You have the power to choose which thoughts to water. Start by noticing negative chatter, then challenge and replace it. When your inner critic pipes up, talk back. That's not true. I'll take it one step at a time. The goal isn't to lie to yourself, but to interrupt negative patterns and build a habit of self-encouragement. Speak to yourself like you would to someone you care about. To break free from your personal average, you can't just change your actions. You have to change your identity. Your identity is the I am statements you believe about yourself. If you see yourself as a procrastinator, your behavior will always snap back to that. True change happens from the inside out. Shift your identity, then let your actions follow. Decide who you want to become. Instead of I want to lose weight, say, I am a healthy person. Ask, what would a healthy person do? And act accordingly. Prove your new identity with small wins. Write for 15 minutes, go for a walk, speak up once in a meeting. Each small action is a vote for your new self. This isn't about faking it, it's about collecting evidence for who you want to be. Write down your new identity and the habits of that person. Start acting like that person today, even in small ways. Your brain will catch up. When you choose and build a new identity, breaking your old average becomes inevitable. Let me tell you about Sarah, a story that might sound familiar to many of us. For years, her average was defined by a deep fear of public speaking, a fear that seemed impossible to overcome. She avoided presenting at work, always telling herself she was just shy and quiet. Because of this, her career stalled, and she watched opportunities pass her by. One day, after seeing a colleague get promoted for delivering a fantastic presentation, Sarah realized something had to change. She was tired of feeling left behind. She made a conscious decision to shift her identity. She started telling herself, I am a confident communicator, even if it didn't feel true at first. Sarah joined Toastmasters, where she gave shaky, nervous speeches. But she kept showing up, determined to improve no matter how uncomfortable it felt. Each small step, every speech, every bit of feedback was a vote for her new identity. She celebrated every tiny win along the way. Soon, she started speaking up in meetings. At first, it was just to agree with others, but gradually, she found the courage to share her own ideas and insights. Within a year, Sarah was leading projects, presenting to senior leadership, and inspiring others with her transformation. She wasn't pretending anymore, she truly became a confident communicator. And here's the thing, Sarah's story isn't unique. I've seen people go from thinking they're bad with money to becoming savvy investors who confidently manage their finances, and from believing they're unathletic to training for and finishing marathons, something they never thought possible. None of these changes happened overnight. They started by deciding who they wanted to become, then taking small, consistent actions every single day. They broke through their average not with one giant leap, but with thousands of tiny, determined steps forward. The real lesson? Decide who you want to be, and start proving it to yourself, one small action at a time. Every step counts. That's how you break through, and that's how you become the person you've always wanted to be. Ready to break free from average? Here's what to do right now. The gap between knowing and doing is where most dreams die. To cross it, use the 5-second rule. When you have an instinct to act, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. The countdown interrupts your excuses and gets you into action. Your first step. Pick one area of your life where you've been settling for average. Don't try to change everything at once. Just one focus. Define the new identity you want in that area. Write it down as an I am statement. Now, what's the smallest action you can take to be that person? If you want to be a morning person, get out of bed when your alarm rings. Use the rule. That's your first win. Your first vote for your new identity. Breaking free from average is a decision, followed by simple actions repeated over and over. You have the power to change your life. It all starts with 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.